Okay, season thus far, the Cougars averaging 84.8 points per game. The Saints 64.5. Cougars averaging 8.5 steals per game. The Saints 6.7. Rebounding 35.5 for the Cougars, 34 for the Saints. Blocks, the Cougars averaging 1, the Saints 1.3. Field goal percentage, the Cougars 46.4, the Saints 39.5. Three-point percentage, the Cougars 35.2, the Saints 32.2. And assists, the Cougars at 12 per game, the Saints at 12.7. Cougars led by James Pendleton, averaged 16 points per game, and Coleman, the team leader for the Saints, averaging 10.4 points per game. Ian Carlin sports the best field goal percentage on the Cougars, 51.7%. Becker for the Saints at 64.3. Cougars have a couple of tough road games after this. Well, they have an exhibition next up November 22nd at Southwest State. Then November 25th, travel to Moorhead State. So there's our starters, and we're ready to go here. Launch our full stats, so we're ready to go with that. Here at Jim Gremmel's Court at the Cougar Sports Center. It will be Elijah Coleman and Ian Carlin. Coleman 6'4", Carlin 6'6". Smallish lineup in there for the Saints. And up and away and controlled by the Saints. The dark black uniforms, the gold numbering, Cougars in the gray. Swung out on the wing, the shot from the left side, a little long, rims off, no good, knocked loose, and Pendleton comes up with it, shadowed by Woodward. Kicks it back to Trent Jerome for the three, and that skips across. No good. And it belongs to the Cougars, and still 23 left on the shot clock. Man-to-man by the Saints. Pendleton into the corner. Hyder. The three is good. Hyder's really taken off in the scoring in the last couple of games, and he starts the Cougars out 3-0. Out on the wing is Schuring up on top. Right side Woodward into the right corner. That's Sumption. And a little fadeaway inside by James Becker, no good. Hyder on the wing, Trent Jerome. Once on the floor, back to Pendleton. Works it across the top, dishes off to Hyder. Pendleton down inside Carlin, once, twice off the floor. Fakes, up, and off, no good. Rebound by Alex Sumption. Down quickly, and there's a travel on Elijah Coleman. Turnover by the Saints. That'll be turnover number 1. James Pendleton swings back to Kenneth Riley. First touch for Riley. Ian Carlin, the baby hook is up and good. Move like that's going to earn you plenty of points in UMAC play. Coleman swung to Woodward. Down low, tipped away by Carlin. It stays with the Saints. 19 left on the shot clock. Opening 2 minutes, Cougars up 5-0. Inbounded to Woodward. The drive, the dump out. Coleman from the right wing. That's up off, no good. Pendleton skies for the rebound. Hyder, left side Pendleton, moved to the baseline. Dishes off underneath Carlin, once on the floor, up and in. Nice nifty move by Ian Carlin. Sealed off the defender well. And it's 7-0 Cougars. Down inside, kicked out to Woodward. Far side, rims off, no good. Reached up and controlled by Becker. Shot up, no good. Saints are 0 for 5 to start the game. Riley out to Hyder, Pendleton. Hyder, Carlin in the corner. KJ the three, up off, no good, and the rebound, all down by Assumption. 7-0 Cougars. Schuring puts up a three, that's in and out. Carlin's got the rebound. For Ian Carlin, his third rebound already. Double pump inside James Pendleton, the shot up off, no good. Woodward will bring it up the floor. The drive dumps it off into the corner. Assumption from the left side. That's up, no good. And the offers continue for the Saints. 0 for 7 now. Riley, Pendleton. Hyder around the screen. Teardrop is up and in. It's 9-0 Cougars. Cougars are 4 for 8 to start the game. Assumption gives over to Schuring. Bounced ahead, down low, reversing, up and in. There's the first basket. And it's by Jason Becker for the Saints. They're 1 for 8 and trail it 9-2. Pendleton. Carlin again with the little turn and hook. And that's good. It's 11-2. Carlin's got 6 in the early goal. Game's opening 3.5 minutes. Woodward on the near side. Up on top, Schuring. Left side, Assumption. Little fadeaway. No good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by number 32, Jackson Becker. We've got 3 new Cougars coming in, 2 new Saints. Jarrett Johnson coming into the game, Corbin Alexander, and Blake Martins. And for the Saints, number 2, Damian Luna is in. And number 20, Lawrence Cherry. Luna hails from Phoenix, Arizona. Cherry from Hyde Park, Massachusetts. Blake Martins wings it to Rome. Jared Johnson inside. Little fake up and off. No good. Riley the rebound. Rips it away from the defender. On the floor. Loose ball. Corbin Alexander's got it. Ahead to Johnson. Out to Martins. Martins the drive. Kicks it out. Corbin Alexander from the wing, and that's up short. And the rebound hauled down quickly. Cherry guarded by KJ to the far side. Alexander the shot up. Pardon me, that is Coleman the shot up. Ahead to Trent Jerome. Riley swings it over to Alexander. Back to Riley. Trent Jerome. Jared Johnson. Oh, has it stripped away in there by Nate Seam, number 2. Nate Seam in there. Lawrence Cherry with the drive. High off the glass, doesn't go. Wings it out to Blake Martins. Ahead to Jared Johnson. Spins. Knocked out of bounds by the defender. Nick Peterson in for the Cougars. James Pendleton back in. Trent Jerome and Kenneth Riley out. And for the Saints, 32, Jackson Becker's back in. And number 5, Cameron Keys in for the first time. Jared Johnson, the drive, puts it up short. Elijah Coleman, the drive, up and in. Good penetration for the basket underneath for Elijah Coleman. Knocked out of bounds defensively by Cameron Keys. And for the Cougars, Camden Talion hails from Rapid City, South Dakota Central High School. Illegal pick, it appears, on Elijah Coleman. On a turnover by the Cougars. That'll be the second on the Cougars. Off to the right side. Cameron Keys up on top. See him. James Pendleton, the near steal, knocking it into the bleachers. Good D, finally inbounded to James Becker. See him to the free throw line. Pulls up there. Looking to go. He goes to Becker with the drive. Left side, banks it in. And Becker's got 4. Becker, freshman, hails right from Aberdeen. Talley with the drive inside. Defender got a hand on it, blocked it. Talley gets his own rebound. Up and in off the glass for Cam Talley. And it's 13-6 Cougars. Near turnover, scooped up nicely there by Cherry. Oh, Alexander with the near steal. Into the corner, Cherry, baseline, dumps it out on top. See him, the drive. We'll have a push-off on Seam. That'll be called the charge. James Pendleton kicks it out to Martins. Loose ball. Going to have a tied up jump ball. This will stay with the Cougars. Arrow should be pointing the Cougars. Now in for the Saints, number 3. Sean Shearing is back in. And Ange Michel Kuo, the 6'8", 290-pound post in the game. .12 left on the shot clock. Here's Pendleton into the corner of Hyder. Peterson. Hyder, a little stutter step, tried to bank it in, doesn't go. And a charge is going to be called on Dylan Hyder. No? Blocking call on Sean Shearing. So Dylan Hyder at the line for the Cougars. First is good. Hyder averaging 12 points per ball game. Free throw shooting 84.6% coming into the game, 11 of 13. He's 2 for 2 here. Keys on the wing, guarded by Pendleton. And a turnover. Saints. Hyder will scoop it up. Bring it down, watching the defenders. Talley breaks, takes the pass up off, no good. Nice try by the Cougars. Kuo comes up with it, kicks it back out. Swung around to the left side, Keys. See him, lets it fly. That's wide left, no good. Pendleton shoots in for the rebound. Hyder for the 3, so wish. James Hyder with 10. Dylan Hyder. And the Cougs lead at 18-10. See him, left wing to Becker. Becker on the floor, kicks it out. 3-pointer up off, no good, rebound. Wow, you could hear that slap with the headphones on. And there was no foul called. Corbin Alexander was nailed by James Becker. James Pendleton, the 3. And we have a timeout on the floor. It's not often you can hear fouls through the headset, but that one you could hear, and nothing was called. So the Cougars lead it 21-6. Cougars are 8 of 17, shooting 47.1%. And the Saints starting the game 3 of 15. That's only 20%. They were 0 for 7 to start the game. The Cougars 3 for 6 on the threes. They've just nailed a couple of them. And the Saints are 0 for 7 on the threes. The Cougars have hit the game's only 2 free throws. So here come the Saints. Andrew Coleman re-enters. Cougars stay man-to-man. Here's the head to Kuo off the glass up. No good. Good look. Couldn't get it to fall. Alexander the rebound. Ian Carlin back in. Carlin, rather. Alexander, Peterson to Pendleton. Woodward is pushed. Pardon me, that's Becker with the push. Pushing Pendleton. Kenneth Riley in. Alexander comes out. Pendleton puts it to the floor. Ahead, left side. Hyder. Here's Carlin. Nicky Peterson with the 3 over Kuo. No good. Pendleton shoots in for the rebound. Turns around, shoots the 3, and the net barely moves. Pendleton's second 3. Woodward the drive over Peterson. The shot up. Peterson the rebound. A lot of physical defense in there. Out comes Pendleton. Over to Riley. Behind the screen of Peterson. The 3 is good. And the Cougars are 5 for 9 on the threes and lead it 27-6. Shot up, a little 10-footer left side up and good for Alex Sumption. And it's 27-8. Pendleton, a little stop and go up. Pendleton goes down. That brings Paul Grove out of his seat. Sumption banks this one in. Sumption's got back-to-back baskets to make it 27-11. Riley open. That one in and out. Woodward had it, lost it. Pendleton scoops it up and lays it in. James Pendleton has 8, and it's 29-10. Becker to Sumption. Here's the drive. Up off. No, that's number 3, Schuring with the basket. Saints all of a sudden got a little life in the offense with 3 trips on and 3 baskets. There's a foul on Sean Schuring. With all the physical play, I find that kind of a strange foul to call, but it needed to be called. Martins with the ball. Talked to Blake before the game. Loves it here in Morris and on campus. Into Riley, turn around, up and doesn't go. Rebound knocked out of bounds, might have been Riley or Johnson off the Cougars. 8:10 to go first half, 29-12 Cougars. Sumption. Left side Woodward, the drive, double team there. Out to Coleman, shot up, missed everything. Down court quickly, Riley, the layup, banks it in high over the defender. And again, contact, no call, brings Coach Paul Grove out of his seat. On the wing, Cherry. On top, Coleman. Right wing to Woodward. Cougars sit back in the zone at 2-3. Oh, there's a charge on Coleman. The 6th team foul on the Saints. The Cougars have yet to be called for a foul. Damian Luna checks in. Out comes Coleman. 31-12 Cougars. Beck Martins, a little shake and bake. Back to Hyder, the drive, the teardrop up short, gets his own rebounds. Reverses, knocked away. And the Saints come away with it. 3-pointer up and good by Siam. First 3-pointer for the Saints. So the 2 of the officials did not see who the ball went out of. The 3rd official, farthest away from the action, makes the call. Dylan Hyder out, Trent Jerome comes in. Riley, Martins, Jerome, bounced inside Carlin. Out to Johnson. Steps in, free throw line, shot up, no good. And out of bounds, trying to get to the rebound is Lawrence Cherry. Cougars 5 for 10 on the 3-pointers. The Saints 1 for 9. Two of the officials confer. And now, okay, 20 seconds on the shot clock. That's what the discussion was about. And to Johnson. Out comes Martins. Right side, Trent Jerome. Back to Johnson. Off of off of Kuo's foot. Kuo, the defender. Here's Trent Jerome inside, turns around, up and no good. And it's going to be a foul on Ian Carlin.
And for the Cougars, number 23, Nick Peterson, and number 5, James Pendleton.
Nick Peterson comes in. And another 3-pointer for Nate Siam. Siam's got 6 on a pair of threes. Pendleton to Peterson. Skips across. Pendleton the 3. That's a little long, missed the rim. Up quickly, Cherry. Will drive, try and lap around Pendleton. Carlin the rebound. Up ahead quickly to Pendleton. Trent Jerome inside, rejected in there by Becker. Gets it back. Carlin, the little 6-footer, bounces up, out, no good. And Kuo, the rebound. Cherry ahead to Woodward. Woodward the drive, lost it in the paint. Throws it out to Becker. Left corner, 3-pointer up off, no good. Kuo, the rebound, didn't even leave his feet. Once on the floor and inside for Kuo, and that's his first 2. Peterson, Jerome, and the corner to Pendleton. Riley. Trent Jerome open for the 3. That's wide to the rim, off, no good. Off of Pendleton and out of bounds. So Alex Sumption is in the game. Is number 11. And Cameron Keys comes in. And we have a timeout on the floor. Looks like that's taken by the Cougars, I do believe. Fouls. The Saints have 6. The Cougars have 1 with 5:04 remaining. And double ought. Andrew Woodward. 31-20 Cougars. See him out to Woodward. Down low to Kuo. Barge his way in, put it up short. Loose ball. Pendleton rips it out of the air. Down court quickly and tipped out of bounds by Nate Seam. Didn't connect on the pass, but it's off of Seam, and the Cougars inbounds on their baseline. Into Peterson and given over to Pendleton. Carlin hands to Pendleton. Outside Riley. Left wing three-pointer in and out. Kuo the rebound. Ahead to Woodward, right side Seam. Up on top, Kuo. Puts it on the floor, forgot it, gets it back. Woodward from the corner. That's off the back iron. No good. Pendleton out hustles Keys for the rebound. Keys with the foul in the backcourt on the arm.
In the Saints, number 32, Jackson Becker. In for the Cougars, number 11, Dylan Hyder.
So Jackson Becker in for the Saints, and Dylan Hyder in for the Cougs. Out comes Trent Jerome. Free throw by Pendleton is good. Second up off, no good. 32-20 Cougars. Seam drives, lays it up, a little teardrop up and over the defender. Hyder, a little give and go. Pendleton pulls up, drives, and good. Pendleton's got 11. Assumption feeds to Becker. Up and out Woodward over to Seam. Behind the back, there's a foul on KJ, Kenneth Riley. On the arm. Second foul on the Cougars. The Saints have 7. Jared Johnson in. Out comes Ian Carlin. See him over to take the inbounds. He traveled one too many steps in there. 34-22 Cougars, 3.5 minutes to go first half. Dylan Hyder. Brings it over to Riley, over to Pendleton, ahead to Riley. Out to Peterson, Hyder. Out to Riley, Pendleton. Try to work it into Johnson, it's loose, Pendleton. Little fadeaway up off the glass and in. Pendleton's got 13, that leads all. There's the drive, Becker up short. And a charge called on Becker. Corbin Alexander in for the Cougars. Corbin, a 6', 200-pound freshman from Rocori High School, Cold Spring, Minnesota. Pendleton behind the back around Woodward, goes in, lays it up a little bit short, and it's Sumption with the rebound. Woodward gives to Sumption. Wings it over to Keys. Ahead to Kuo. Wings it across. Sumption on the weak side open. The shot is good. For Sumption. Alexander, Johnson, Hyder, and the foul on Cameron Keys. He's picked up a couple of quick fouls. So Keys comes out, and it goes Lawrence Cherry. That's the 9th team on the Saints. Dylan Hyder at the line in the 1-and-1. First up off, no good. Johnson the rebound. Hyder the shot, no good. Rebound, Sumption comes away with it. Seam with a long three. And Seam has come alive. Dylan Hyder on the other end with the three. And it's 39-27. Baseline, kicked out to Woodward. Skips out on top to Kuo, the big man. Seam, and he traveled again. Dylan Hyder. Jared Johnson open for the three, up and a little, off the rim a couple of times, doesn't go. Foul on Corbin Alexander, he's called for a push. 1:09 to go first half, 39-27 Cougars. Seam will pop it out to Sumption. Sumption in traffic. Jumper up a little short. Jarrett Johnson the rebound. 50 seconds to go in the half. Jarrett thought about it, drives underneath James Pendleton, wide open, shot up short. The rebound, Seam in traffic, lost it. And a foul on James Pendleton. The fourth team on the Cougars. Seam drives, fade away, and a blocking foul was called. Pendleton goes down hard. Feet were still moving in the eyes of the official. Blake Martine's in, and Pendleton will come to the bench. And Alex Tyrrell wants a shooting foul, doesn't get it. Oh, nice inbounds underneath. It's Woodward with the basket, and it's a 10-point game. Alexander over to Johnson. 12 seconds, shot clock is off. 8 seconds, Martine. Pendleton over Kuo for three. There's the buzzer, and the Cougars close out the half, leading at 42-29.
Cougars 29, Saints.
Cougars did it in the first half on the strength of 38% field goal shooting, 16 of 42. 3-point shooting, 7 of 17, and free throws, 3 of 5. And for the Saints, they're 13 of 33 in the first half. 39%, 3 of 13 on the threes. They have not shot a free throw. Cougars have out-rebounded the Saints, 26-22, as the Cougars have 8 offensive and 18 defensive, and the Saints with only 2 offensive rebounds and 20 defensive. Cougars' largest lead was 27-6. So since that time, Cougars have scored 15 and the Saints have scored 23. Cougars have 10 assists, the Saints 3. Bench points, the Saints have 13, the Cougars have 5. Cougars have 6 off turnovers, the Saints 2. The Cougars have 10 second chance points, the Saints have 2. Turnovers, the Saints have 8, the Cougars have 2. They'll take that number any game in the first half. Scoring, James Pendleton has 13, Dylan Hyder has 13. James is 5 of 10 from the floor, including a pair of three-pointers in 3 attempts. Hyder, 4 of 7, including 3 of 4 from the free throw line. They've hit the Cougar free throws, as Pendleton is 1 for 2 and Hyder 2 for 3. Kenneth Riley has 5 points. Ian Carlin 6, and they came early. He was very effective early. Camden tallied 2, and Nick Peterson with 3, that buzzer beater at the end. Rebounding, James Pendleton has 7, Ian Carlin 6 to lead the Cougars. James Pendleton has 5 assists in the first half. For the Saints, they're led by Nate Seam with the 11 points. He came alive in the latter half of the first half. 4 for 5, including 3. Jim Gremmel's court at the Cougar Sports Center. The Cougars lead at the half, 42-29. Jalen Voss joins us out of the locker room with the Cougar chatter from the first half. And Jalen, your thoughts on the first half?
It was a really good first half, but I think every single game we've played this year, we've had a good first half.
Yes.
So now the key for us is to make sure that we have a good second half. And typically in the losses that we've suffered here the last week, we come out in the second half a little flat, no energy, and let the other team get back into it. So that's what we've kind of been dealing with. So really the approach right now is to make sure that we come out with all kinds of energy and just kind of put them away right to start the half.
Yeah, so. And get them baskets to fall.
Exactly. Yep. First half we had, shots were falling for us. So, but we've got to get some more looks, I think, at the rim. We had some opportunities at the rim that, we missed probably a couple too many layups. And so we've got to make sure that in this second half that we're hitting those open looks. So
yeah, and is part of that caused by the physicality of play out there?
Yeah, presentation play is very, very physical. They're obviously, they're an NAIA school, so they play in a different conference. That conference is very physical, and just NAIA as a whole is usually typically a little more physical than D3. So, but yeah, we just, we come out with a lot of energy here. I think we got a good opportunity to put them away. So.
Yeah, you led at one point, 27-6. They started creeping back in as the CM kid got hot out there.
Yep.
What do we do to stop that?
So, if he's going to hit a 25-footer, well, we might just have to live with that. But they're setting that high ball screen right in the middle of the floor, and he's just coming off of it, stopping and hitting it because we're going under. And even when we've gone, so then when we've switched to go over that, then he tries to get downhill and he's coming right into our help. So we just got to make sure that we're going over that screen so that we're not giving him space to shoot that three-pointer. Because obviously, as you can see, he was hitting them. So we got to make sure that he's not this half. So.
Okay. Any other adjustments?
No. I think we just come out with energy, stop CM. We should be all right.
All right, Jalen. Thanks for joining us. Best
Randy.
of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Jalen Voss, assistant coach in his 4th season with the Cougars. So you heard it, lots of energy, and let's get the baskets to fall to start the second half here. Last time at home, the Cougars led the number 19 ranked number 12 ranked Johnnies of St. John's at the half, but their first 11 shots failed to go in. They started that half 0 for 11 and ended up losing 86-80 to St. John's here at home, their only home game thus far. Well, tonight they're ahead of the Saints 42-29 at the half. Cougars 16 of 42, 38%, and the Saints 13 of 33 for 39.4%. So they're up by a percentage point in that shooting margin here. Oh, we wanted to get well wishes to Matt Johnson, Jarrett's dad had back surgery. Is he here tonight? Oh, he is up here. So he has made it tonight and had back surgery. So we want to wish him and Amanda get well wishes for Matt. Jarrett's dad having back surgery here. That's never an easy thing. I've never undergone it, but known those who have, and that is never an easy thing. So the Cougars up 42-29 over the Saints. The first of two tonight on the Cougar Sports Network. Cougars begin the half. Ian Carlin, Kenneth Riley, Trent Jerome, Dylan Hyder, and James Pendleton. And for the Saints, they'll have the ball. It will be Shearing, Woodward, number 15, Coleman, number 11, Sumption, and number 32, who just scores, Jackson Becker. Hyder in the corner, up on top, Trent Jerome. Saints continue man-to-man down inside Ian Carlin. Spins, fakes, up and in. Nice move by Ian Carlin. Here's James Pendleton with the steal and gets it out quickly to Riley to avoid the travel. Hyder on the wing inside to Carlin. Once again, here's Riley, the cutter. The bounce pass from Carlin up and in. The assist to Carlin and the bucket by Riley. Three-pointer put up, and that's no good. Carlin the rebound. The shot by Shearing. Over to Jerome. In traffic, and got him on the arm. Looks like Becker, number 32. That'll be the third on Becker. Got him with the body. Trent Jerome at the line. And Jerome the first is up and no good. Trent Jerome 0 for 1 on the air free throw shooting. Now 0 for 2. And 0 for 3. Here's Woodward, dumps it out in the corner. And picked off perfectly by Hyder. He'll take it down, layup swatted away at the last minute by Sean Shearing. Little chuckle from Hyder. Nate Seam back in the game as Elijah Coleman comes out. Jerome to Pendleton. Swung over to Hyder. Behind the screen, the three-pointer. In and out, no good. Hyder grimacing as he comes up. Steal on the other end, Cougars. Pendleton the shot, no good. And Ange Michel Kuo gets the rebound. Kuo on the wing. Gives to Woodward. Shearing in the far corner to Sumption. Here's Woodward, the jumper, right side, no good. Kuo the rebound, up and in. Pendleton kicks it out. Riley open for the three, and that's good. 49-36 Cougars. No, 49-33. They've adjusted the scoreboard. Kuo. Sumption this side to Woodward. Bounced into Kuo. Spin move to the basket off the fingertips. Reins it back in. Reverses. Up and in. Riley in the corner. Hyder, Jerome over to Pendleton. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Out comes Pendleton. 7. Ian Carlin, three-pointer, bangs in and out. Kuo, a weak pass right into the hands of Pendleton. It'll be a turnover and a tip and a steal by Siam. Woodward lobs over to Kuo and went up with it. No, knocked out of bounds by Carlin, says the officials. Blake Martins and Nick Peterson in. Out comes Carlin and Hyder.
Number 3, Blake Martinez. Is for the Saints, number 20, Lawrence Cherry.
Lawrence Cherry. And for the Saints, out comes number 11, Alex Sumption. And to the far corner, CM. The drive, kicks it back out to Woodward. Lobs out to CM. CM the drive out to Woodward. The three from the corner is good for Woodward. And he's got 5. Riley, Peterson. Blake Martins open. The release is in and out for the Cougars. Good shot selection. Now to rim down and around and out. Kuo just backs his way in there. And it's 49-40. Pendleton fouled on the drive, top of the lane, so that'll be an inbounder for the Cougars. Corbin Alexander in, out comes Trent Jerome. Kuo comes out, and who came in? Schuring is back in. Nick Peterson, three-pointer off the inbounds from the wing is good. Woodward takes over. Cougars have been man-to-man the whole game. And turnover Saints, picked up by Alexander. And to Pendleton, blocking foul and a basket. So he gets the and one.
James Pendleton, shot is good. He'll be shooting for the and one.
James Pendleton will have 15. Hyder's got 13. Riley's got 10. Pendleton at the line. And gets that to fall. 55-40 Cougars. Blake Martins thought he had a steal, called for the kick. 25 on the shot clock. Woodward, in and out. Nick Peterson the rebound. Pendleton, a little pick and roll with Nick Peterson. 57-40. Up and out to Cherry. CM over to Woodward. Woodward over the head. CM the three. The touch, no. Hung around the rim for a bit and then fell off. Pendleton behind the back, the drive into the corner. Riley, the open three is good. And it's 60-40 Cougars. And Riley's got 13 now. Cherry, baseline drive, right side, reverses, no, kicks it out. Woodward from the left corner. Hits the back iron, and Peterson comes down with the rebound. Riley hustling down quickly, inside, out of control. No blocking foul. It's going to be called on Schuring. The presentation wants a timeout. Make more for Alex Tyrrell to bend the ear of the official than anything is what this timeout is about. $60-40, the Cougars. Overall for the game, the Cougars shooting 43.4% and the Saints at 41.9%. Cougars inbounds with 25 left on the shot clock. Alexander into Peterson. The open three is back and forth off. No good. Riley the rebound. Nice hustle by the Cougars. Riley the drive. The floater in the lane, no good wide. And the foul on Riley after the miss on the arm. Dylan Hyder in for the Cougars. Jackson Becker in for the Saints. Kuo coming out for the Saints. Riley for the Cougars. Inside, Becker, turnaround up and in. Blake Martins. Right side, Hyder. Lobbed ahead to Nick Peterson. Skips across, Riley with the three. That's off, no good. And the rebound and a foul. Hyder on the arm. Knocked the ball loose and out of bounds. Nate Seam appears to be a danger from anywhere on the court shooting. Coleman's back in. Here's Cherry, baseline. Dumps off. Becker, knock loose. Cam Talley's got it. Hyder. Head to Martins. He had to pick that one off the floor practically. Hyder saves the day with the rebound. Swatted out of bounds by Elijah Coleman. Hyder, Alexander from the corner. Two-pointer. Elijah Coleman. And the foul on Corbin Alexander. That'll be his second. Third on the Cougars. The Saints have 4. Siema leaves for Becker. In the corner, Sumption. Lob it out to Elijah Coleman. Coleman pulls up at the left elbow. In and out on the shot. Hyder the rebound. 62-42 Cougars. Over to Blake Martins. Talley ahead to Peterson. Swings it out and tipped, and Coleman will have a steal. He'll take it down, swoop underneath. The layup is good. 62-44. Martins, Hyder. Take it in, the teardrop up and good. Cougars back by 20, 11:25 to go. Here's Becker, the spin, the scoop shot off, no good. Hyder, Alexander, back to Hyder, and they'll set things up here. Out to Martins. Over to Alexander. The open three, that's no good. And another rebound for Alex Sumption. Falls on Blake Martins. In for the Cougars, James Pendleton and Jared Johnson. Nick Peterson out. And Martins come out. And bounded to Coleman. In traffic. It's stripped away by James Pendleton. Lobbed ahead to Cam Talley. Johnson swings it back to Pendleton, open from the wing. The three off, no good. And the rebound is taken down by Cameron Keys, who's checked in. Here's Elijah Coleman. The drive off his foot into the hands of Siam. From the wing, the three is good for Siam. And a 64-47. Alexander ahead to Johnson, right side. Hyder for three. And Hyder's got 18. It's back to a 20-point Cougar lead. Siam with a 25-foot three-pointer. That's no good. Hyder, 20-foot three-pointer, no good. The pad back by Talley, no good. Ian Carlin in, out comes Camden Talley. Keys will walk it up the floor. Here's Siam, the drive in the paint, dishes off Kuo. Throws that one up, literally, no good. And the rebound, Dylan Hyder. The outlet to Alexander. Ahead to Jarrett Johnson. Left for Pendleton. Hyder steps into the long three, and that's good. And it's 70-47. The Cougars are 12 of 30 on their threes. Keys in traffic, fouled. .30 of their 65 shot attempts have been three-point attempts. The Cougars have hit 12 of them. They're 27 of 65 overall, 41.5%. Cameron Keys at the line, free throw off, no good. That's the first free throw by the Saints tonight. Number 3, Sean Schuring in the game. Pendleton, no look, Johnson. Pendleton swung over to Hyder, open for the three, and that one's good. Hyder's got 24. Keys, three-pointer put up short, rebound Becker. A bounce pass underneath Schuring, kicks it out Keys, drives. On the arm. Foul on James Pendleton, the 16th foul on the Cougars, and there's 4 on the Saints. Timeout for the Saints here with 8:29 remaining. They want to try and get back in this one, trailing 73-48. Look at the individual stats here. For the Cougars, it's Dylan Hyder with 24 points. He is 8 of 13 tonight, 6 of 9 on the three-pointers. James Pendleton has 16, as he is 6 for 13 on the night and 2 for 4 on the threes. Kenneth Riley has 13, as he is 5 for 10 from the floor and 3 of 6 on the threes. Ian Carlin has 8, 2 apiece for Alexander and Talley, and 8 for Nick Peterson. Peterson's played 18 minutes tonight. And for presentation, they're led by Siam Nate Seam with 14 points. He's 4 for 7 on the threes, 5 for 8 overall. Woodward has 5, Schuring 2. Assumption 6, Coleman 4. Becker 8, Keys 2, and the big man, Kuo, has 8. On the inbounds from the corner, three-pointer up off, no good. Batted by Hyder, hauled in by Pendleton. Schuring took that shot for the Saints. Riley to Johnson. Johnson to the floor. Little off-balance shot up, no good. Batted out. Pendleton controls. Back to Pendleton. Ahead to Carlin. Inside, couple times on the floor. A little hook and it goes. 75-48. Going inside to bounce back out. Schuring from the wing. A three-pointer up off, no good. Pendleton has the rebound. Pendleton's got a double-double here tonight. Riley, the three-pointer, that's off the back iron. Johnson had it, lost it. Keys takes it away. And a blocking foul called on Dylan Hyder. We'll send it Nate Seam to the line for 2. Hyder picks up his first foul.
At first you said it went in. All over here, there it is. Did not make it in, so it's 2 shots. 2 shots. No basket.
So Seam at the line for 2. Seam with 14 points. First free throw attempt. Second no good, and Keys chases down the rebound. Elijah Coleman, the spin inside over Johnson. No, Carlin, no good. Pendleton had it, lost it, out of bounds. Off of Becker for the Saints. In for the Cougars, Taft Dak. Out comes Jarrett Johnson. Two on one. Taft lost the handle on it.
Ball out of bounds, possession to the Saints.
See him, little pull up, baseline jumper, no good. There's Carlin the rebound. The outlet goes to Riley. Back to Pendleton. Hyder, the three-pointer, and again, nothing but net for Dylan Hyder. Hyder with 27. Foul on the other end. It's on number 5, James Pendleton, as he'll pick up his 4th. Like that, Blake Martinez comes in and Pendleton comes out. Ange-Michel Kuo comes in. Nick Peterson now in for the Cougars. Out comes Ian Carlin. And Trent Jerome in for the Cougars. Out comes Dylan Hyder. Hyder with 27 points tonight, along with 5 rebounds and 4 assists and 3 steals. Jackson Becker at the line with the free throw. Becker with a pair of free throws. In for the Saints, Alex Sumption now in, the freshman from Hecla, South Dakota. Jerome over to Martins. Down inside, Peterson. Kuo over quickly. Peterson, a little hook up off, no good. And Taft Dak will be called for a foul. Dak picks up his first. 6:22 remaining. Reminder, women's action to follow. The Saints and the Cougars here on Jim Gremmel's court. Sean Schuring at the line. Schuring with 2 points, 1 for 8 tonight from the floor, 0 for 6 on his three-pointers. It's 78-53. Riley. Over to Martins and to Trent Jerome. Out to Martins, Peterson. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Trent Jerome out to Peterson. The three is up off, no good. Riley the rebound. Kid can sky, and he's got that long reach. Got a very long wingspan. Riley. Dak missed the rim. Shot clock goes off. Dak comes out. Jarrett Johnson comes back in. Drive, Sumption, floater up off, no good. Kuo the rebound, the putback is good. And Kuo in double figures with 10. They go along with 5 rebounds tonight. Jerome. Jared Johnson, floater in the lane, up off, no good, gets his own rebound. Outlet to Peterson. Martins, the drive, the floater up and off, no good. Kuo the rebound for the Saints. See him the drive out to Kuo. Schuring with a three-point attempt, no good. Rebound Johnson. And a foul there, pushed by the big man, Kuo. As he picks up his first, it's the 5th team on the Saints. There's 9 on the Cougars. So the foul situation reversed from the first half. Martins will drive up and foul. Falls on Schuring, picks up his 4th. Blake Martins at the line. First one up and short. Martins 2 for 2 coming into today's game on free throws. Out to Schuring, left side to Woodward. Down to Kuo. And through the hands, it's going to be a turnover. Trent Jerome will take it down with the easy layup, beat the defender down. It's 81-75. Steal and the points off turnover. Here's Elijah Coleman. Up, no good. Put back good, and the foul.
Elijah Coleman foul. Shot is good for team 1.
Elijah Coleman at the line. Elijah with 6 tonight. That's up short. Kuo the rebound, and that's up and in. Kuo with 12. Riley kicks it out. Trent Jerome, three-point attempt blocked. Gets it back. Kicks it out. Johnson back to Riley. Trent Jerome, there's a three-point attempt, and that's all net. Make it 84-59. Cougars are 14 for 35 on the threes. Jarrett Johnson, a blocking foul on the other end. That will send Alex Sumption to the line. Sumption with 6 points. First trip to the line tonight. The Saints are 7 of 10 at the stripe. Cougars are 5 of 10. That's good. It's 84-61, 3:30 remaining. Riley, guarded by Coleman, out to Martins. Trent Jerome to Johnson. Carlin back out to Riley. Side to Johnson, little fadeaway spin up off the glass, no good. Rebound off of Trent Jerome, no good. Andrew Woodward to Schuring to Coleman. Ahead to Kuo. Ian Carlin called for the foul. And the hands down, tried to hold him. 84-61 Cougars. Cougars this half are 16 for 36. They're 8 of 19 on the three-pointers, 42.1%. Saints 11 for 29 at 37.9%. They're 2 for 11 on their threes. Here's Riley, the drive to the basket, banks it in. It's 86-62, and Riley's got 15. Schuring lobs down to Kuo. Steps to the basket, up and in. Martins will swing it over to Jerome. Carlin down inside Jared Johnson. Up on a reach-in foul, got in inside. Falls on Sean Schuring, and that'll be his fifth as he falls out. So Schuring falls out, that'll bring in Lawrence Cherry. Corbin Alexander in, out comes Kenneth Riley.
In for the Saints, number 20, Lawrence Cherry.
Okay, we got the substitution straightened out. .208 remaining. Jarrett Johnson at the line, good on the free throw. First point of the night for Jarrett. They've had Jarrett defended well on the perimeter tonight. It's 88-64. Sumption will swing it over to Coleman. Down inside to Kuo. Inside Sumption, up and good.
Alex Sumption for 2.
Sumption's got 10. It's 88-66. Side to Trent Jerome. Martins lost it. Knocked out of bounds by the Saints.
In for the Cougars, number 35, Ethan Hauge.
Ethan Hauge into the game, the freshman from Kirkhoven Murdoch Sunberg. Coached there by former Cougar Matty Froggatt. Trent Jerome to Martins. Johnson turns at the buzzer, up short. Johnson reached around, tapped it out of bounds. Now in for the Cougars is Zach Abubani as Trent Jerome comes out. And now for the Cougars, Zach Ersfeld, freshman from Browerville coming in. And now number 40, Galvi Gemukua. .88.66. Coleman, the floater, up short. Rebound Coleman. Stepped out of bounds. Well, a minute 4 remaining. The Cougars on their way to their second win of the year, and again, 80-plus points on the board. For the 5th straight game out of 5 this year. Galvi, right side, Bubaney. Bubaney in the paint, switches hands up and in with a nice soft touch. 45 seconds remaining. Cherry into the corner. Coleman in traffic. A lot of time in the lane. Spins, 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 up and in. 90-68, 30 seconds left. Augie gives it over to Nick Garman, also in there for the Cougars. Bubaney, Garman thought about a three. Bubaney will. Short. Rebound tipped out. Garman control. Shot clock off. 12 seconds left. The Cougars will simply hold it and watch the clock run down to their second win of the year, 90-68 over Presentation College.
That's the end of the game. Cougars 90.
Cougars win it 90-68. In that second half, the Cougars were 18 of 40 for 45%. The Saints were 14 of 33 for 42.4%. Difference at the three-point line as the Cougars were 8 of 20 and the Saints 2 of 11. Free throws, the Cougars 4 of 7 and the Saints 9 of 13. And the totals for the game, the Cougars 34 of 82, 41.5%. 15 of 37, 40.5% on the threes. And for the Saints, 27 of 66, 16 less shots than the Cougars. They shot 40.9%. There were just 5 of 24 on the threes for 20.8%. And free throw shooting 9 of 13 for the game. Rebounding, the Cougars had a 50-46 edge. 18 offensive and 32 defensive. And for the Saints, 11 offensive and 35 defensive rebounds. And individually, for the Cougars, James Pendleton with 16 points, as he was 6 of 13 and had a pair of threes on 2 for 4 shooting. And for Dylan Hyder, what a night, a career night for the Cougars, as he had 27 points on 9 of 14 shooting. So Dylan Hyder with 27 points. He also had 5 rebounds and 4 assists. Kenneth Riley, 15 points, 6 of 12 shooting, 3 of 7 on the three-pointers. And KJ had 4 rebounds. Trent Jerome with 5 points tonight. Ian Carlin with 8, make that 10 points, 8 rebounds. Blake Martins had 1 point. Corbin Alexander 2. Camden Talley had 2. Nick Peterson had 8. Jared Johnson 2 for the Cougars. And for the Saints, they were led by Nate Seam with 15. And of those, Seam had 11 in the first half, so they were able to shut him down some. 5 for Andrew Woodward, Sean Schuring for 4, Alex Sumption for 10, Elijah Coleman with 8, Jackson Becker with 10, Cameron Keys with 1, and Michel Kuo had 15. So he came alive in that second half. He went from 2 points to 15 to round out the game here for the Saints. Saints shot 40.9% for the game, 20.8% on the three-pointers, and free throw shooting 9 of 13. And for the Cougars, they shot 41.5% for the game, 44.5% on their threes, and 58.3% on their free throws here tonight. Officials tonight have been John McLean, Andrew Johnson, and David Neelitz. Official attendance for this game listed at 164. With the win, the Cougars go to 2-3 on the season. Next up for the Cougars, it's an exhibition game as they go to Southwest State in Marshall, November 22nd, 3 nights from now at 7 p.m. I'll follow that up with a game at Moorhead State, Minnesota State Moorhead, on the 25th at 7 p.m. And Paul Grove joins us here. Well, Paul, congratulations on the win. Nice looking win here tonight.
Yeah, that one felt really good. We had a couple of brain farts in the first half, but other than that, I thought we did a good job of kind of neutralizing their athleticism on our defensive end, and we did it. I should have brought my cheaters, but I think we did a great job on the offensive boards.
Yeah, very much so. As, offensive boards, the Cougars, 18 overall for the game, 13 defensive, out-rebounded them 50-46.
Yeah, 18 offensive rebounds. That is really, really good. And there was other times we got in there, got our hands on it. We didn't quite come up with the rebound, but still, those are great hustle plays, and they all add up.
Another impressive stat tonight right here in the TO column, only 6 tonight.
Well, I hope that's accurate. It felt like a lot more than 6. Like I talked about the rain fart, I thought in that period we must have had 6 alone, but I guess that just could be the way it felt. I don't know. 6, I'll take that number every night.
Yeah. Dylan Hyder, career night in a Cougar uniform tonight, 27 points.
Yeah, he liked that zone.
He did.
Yeah, he's a really good shooter. I mean, it took him a couple games to get, acclimated or whatever, but the last 3 games now, he's just been on fire. And it's kind of one of those shots, too, when it goes up, you just know it's going in.
Yeah. James Pendleton with 16 tonight. Typical game for James.
Yep, James is going to have those 16, 20s and basically go under the radar because he makes it look so easy.
Yeah.
And he's getting to the basket a lot. These guys are pretty athletic, so he may have got a few blocked or whatever, but he's going to keep going like that in the UMAC and get a lot of points.
Yeah, KJ with 15. Carlin, 10 points tonight, 5 of 7. Good moves for the man in the middle.
Yep, it's confidence with him.
Yeah.
And, we see things with him on film, and we show it to him, and he gets it. He's really fun to work with. With that nice little baby hook down there, he's got good footwork, good hands. The confidence is going to come with him, and he and Jarrett working together in that high-low post area stuff for the next 4 years is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Okay, so now a couple of road games coming up. Got a little exhibition down in Marshall coming up.
Yeah, we go there on Friday. Coach Bigler and his squad, we haven't been there, I bet, in, 8 or 9 years. Yeah. So it'll be fun to go back there for an exhibition. We like to play those exhibition games a little bit earlier in the year, not when we're playing the regular season, but I'll tell you, as the guy that does the scheduling, it's hard to get games in, and at some point you just take them where you can get them. Yeah. And that's kind of the case with them and with then
you go to
Moorhead next week on Monday. I mean, that's not an ideal night with the Tuesday game. But like I said, we're just, last fall when we're working on this, you get to the last 2 or 3 games and you're just jamming them in there, and that's what happened to these 2.
All right, yeah, then you return home December 3rd and December 7th. Mayville State on the 3rd and the conference opener on the 7th against Northland.
Yeah, and like I said, that seems like it was so far off, but it's not.
Coming up quick.
Yeah, it's not. And, after a game like this, the way we're played, it's like we can't get to it quick enough.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you got a solid foundation coming off this game tonight.
Yep. No, I really like how we played. You said that those offensive rebounds, we've been really working on that, preaching that. and I like the way that's going.
All right, the time we need to duck for cover here the way it looks. Well, congratulations on the win. We'll catch up with you in a couple of weeks again.
Sounds
Thanks, Paul.
good. Thank you very much.
Head coach Paul Gore with us here as the Cougars win 90-68 over Presentation. Well, coming up, we're about 15 minutes from the tip-off of the Cougar women against Presentation on the Cougar Sports Network.